This is by Atif Sahid. Are you present? On population status of Khalij pheasant in Ranikhet. Mr. Atif Shahid, are you present? It seems no. So with the permission of the chair, can we move to the next presenter who is present, sir?
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, Atif Shahid's presentation was the last before lunch as per the schedule. But as we are ahead of time, if Yoshita Laha
Yeah.
is present, then she can present on the aspects of fishing cat behavior and captivity. Are you present, Yoshita Laha?
Yes, sir, I'm present.
Okay, can you present now?
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Okay, okay,
I
go
can.
ahead then. Thank you.
Okay, okay. Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes, the presentation is visible.
Okay, okay, okay. Sir, can I start now?
Sure.
Sure, okay. So, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Yoshita Laha, and today I'm going to present on the topic study on some aspects of behavior of fishing cats in captivity. So, as we all know, this is a fishing cat. Fishing cats are nocturnal, medium-sized felid. They have some morphological adaptations or semi-aquatic niche. Semi-aquatic niche, as we can see here, they have a stocky-built muscular body. They have short legs with semi-retractable claws and partially webbed feet. They have short tail, which they use as rudder during swimming, and they have round ears, which they tuck in during swimming. All of these are morphological adaptations for their habitat. They are called habitat specialist species as they live in specific regions such as tidal creeks, marshes, some river banks, and mangrove regions. But they are called generalist hunters as they prey upon various types of prey. But their diet predominantly consists of fish. They are also considered as flagship species of the wetland ecosystem. So fishing cats have very small distribution range, which are restricted in South and Southeast Asia only. In India, they have very patchy distribution, and they are recorded in 12 of the states in India. And there are several threats of their survival, such as habitat destruction, road kills, poaching, overfishing, some human wildlife conflicts such as retaliatory killing, etc., which cause their global population to decline. So that is why they are categorized as vulnerable as per IUCN Red List 2016, and they are also included in Schedule 1 of the Indian Wildlife Protection Act 1972, and they are declared as state animal of West Bengal. So, why fishing cats in captivity? As I just mentioned, as fishing cats are vulnerable right now, so their conservation is of high priority. And right now, both ex situ and in situ conservation measures are being taken to protect the species. But my study entirely focuses on ex situ conservation, that is, conservation in the zoological garden. And the studying behavior of captive animals is very important to understand their well-being in the captivity, and several studies have reported that there are some abnormal behaviors found in the captive in the captive environment which are actually absent in the wild. So now the question arises is what are the behavioral repertoires that fishing cats show in captivity? The aim of my study is to understand some aspects of behavior of fishing cats in the captive environment, and my objective was to know the list of behaviors, how much time each individual contribute to the individual behaviors, and the relative proportion of the behavioral categories such as active, inactive, and stereotypic behaviors. Also to understand the age and sex specific differences in behavioral representation, and to understand the feeding behavior of fishing cats in captive environment. So this is my study area. I conducted this study on the fishing cats housed in Alipur Zoological Garden, Kolkata. These two photographs are of the enclosures of fishing cats where they were housed in. I would say these enclosures were some semi-natural enclosures. As we can see, there were shrubs, bushes, trees, and grass, etc. With that, solid logs, hollow logs for enrichment, platforms. Some here you can see the platforms and the staircases attached to it. There were concrete pools where water was given, and sometimes live fish were given for enrichment. I carried out this study for 6 months, from October 2022 to March 2023, and I studied for 9 a.m. to 3:30 a.m. Every day. Every day, I mean, when I used to visit zoological garden. Initially, during October 2022, I carried out a pilot study to make an ethogram, and at that moment, I used ad libitum sampling method. And after that, when during quantitative data analysis, data collection, I use the continuous sampling or all inverse sampling method. These were found during this study, and which I further divided into active, inactive, and stereotypic behavior. So these are the list of behaviors. I have included the abbreviations within the brackets. The active behaviors are denoted in color blue. The inactive behaviors are denoted in color green, and the stereotypic behavior, which is pacing, is denoted in color red. Moving to the next slide, which is the list of behaviors associated with food and feeding. And again, I have mentioned the abbreviations within the brackets. So these are behaviors of fishing cats, where in these two photographs, the fishing cats are eating fish. In the third photograph, an adult male is playing with fish, and in the fourth one, an adult female is pacing with fish in the mouth. So moving to the data analysis portion, I have separated the data of adult males, females, and subadults to understand their contribution of their time in different behavior and different behavioral categories. Descriptive statistics were calculated in Excel, and after that, graphs were plotted. Mean duration of each behavior along with their standard error of all the individuals of all the months were plotted. Similarly, mean duration of each behavioral category along with their standard error of all months and in all the individuals were again plotted. And the presence and absence of behaviors, feeding behaviors, were observed, and then their frequency were calculated, and again they were plotted. As my sample size were low, no significant differences no significant differences were calculated. Only visual trends were referred to interpret the data. So coming to the results and discussion portion, as I stated, I have plotted the graphs, month-wise graphs, which are showing duration of each behavior performed by all the individuals. So in this graph, I have plotted behavior in the x-axis, and duration of behavior that is calculated in minute in the y-axis. The blue bar showing adult male, the yellow bar showing adult female, and the red bar is showing subadult. So in November, it was found that adult males spent maximum of their time in pacing, and adult females and subadults spent most of their time in sleeping. Then coming to the next month, that is December. In this month, all the individuals, such as adult females, males, and subadults, were found to spend maximum of their time in sleeping. And if we consider only pacing behavior, that was maximum in adult male. And if we consider only sleeping behavior, that was maximum, as we can see here, in adult females. Then in the month of January, here again, adult female and subadult were found to spend most of their time in sleeping, but adult female was found to spend maximum of their time in pacing behavior. And again, if we consider only sleeping behavior, we can observe here sleeping behavior was highest in adult females, and here pacing behavior is highest in adult males. Then coming to the month of February, here in February and March I could not find any sub-adult individual, so I have plotted only adult male and female individuals. So in February, both adult males and female individuals were found to devote most of their time in sleeping behavior. And if we consider only sleeping and pacing behavior, in both the cases, time devoted to both sleeping and pacing was higher in adult female, not in higher in adult female than adult males. Another thing I should mention here is urine spraying behavior. In February, the frequency of urine spraying of female increased. And to explain that, I can say that this increase in pacing behavior and urine spraying behavior in female may suggest that the adult female was in stress at this point. I mean at this in this month. And that is why she shown restlessness by pacing, and also urine sprayed more frequently. And finally, coming to the month of March, here again adult males and females, both of them spent most of their time in sleeping, which was followed by stereotypy. And finally, the sleeping behavior was highest in adult female again. In all the months, an interesting behavior was found, where I got to know that adult males generally pace more near the edges of the cage, but adult females paced more around the platform at the back of the cage. So it can be explained in by the fact that maybe adult males had larger territory which encompassed the smaller territory of adult female. And another thing is that adult females might avoid the crowd, I mean the visitors, near the edges of the cage. This graph is showing the duration of each behavioral category, active, inactive, and stereotype, which I have divided into 5 months, which I have plotted in x-axis, and in y-axis I have plotted the duration of each behavioral category, which was calculated in minute. So from this graph, it is quite evident that inactive behavior was highest in all the months in all the individuals, but the most inactive was the adult female individuals. If we consider the active behavior, it was highest in subadult individuals, and stereotypic behavior was maximum in adult individuals, I mean adult males, except on February and March. Another thing I should say, which is even though fishing cats are nocturnal animals, they were found to be more active during the early hour of the study, that is from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., I can say, where the food was given. Then coming to the last slide, which is last graph, which is showing the frequency of feeding behaviors. In x-axis, I have plotted the behaviors associated with food and feeding, and in y-axis, I have plotted the frequency. So from these, I can say pacing with food in adult males were completely absent, which I will show the video later. And adult females were never observed to steal fish from any other individuals, and the playing behavior with fish was also absent in adult females. So these are some photographs of behaviors of fishing cats, which I found in my study. Like this is showing the allo grooming behavior of two fishing cats. Here one individual is climbing upon the tree. Here these two individuals are pacing. One individual is sharpening its claw. Here an adult male is sitting and staring outside, and so on. So these are some videos which I have captured during my study. So these are showing glimpses of few behaviors captured during my study. So this is an adult male pacing. Pacing is a behavior in which an individual move in a particular path repetitively without any proper purpose. Then coming to the next video. Here an adult female is pacing with fish in mouth, here around the platform. And finally, the third video, which is showing an adult male playing with fish here. So moving to the next slide, concluding remarks. As I stated earlier, all the individuals were observed to spend maximum time of a day in sleeping. except November or January, when adult males were found to spend maximum of their time in pacing. But if we consider individual behavior, that is pacing, stereotypic behavior was found to be predominant in adult males, and which was obviously greater in males than both adult females and subadults. In other studies of captive carnivores, it was also found that adult males, captive adult males were found to show pacing behavior more frequently than other individuals, which I have also found in my study. And inactivity and stereotypic behavior was most frequent observation in my study, both of which indicate poor animal well-being in captivity. And I would like to say that further research may help to understand the exact cause of stereotypy and prolonged inactivity in the captive animals. And feeding and inclusion enrichments might be useful for reducing stress and enhance the positive welfare of these captive animals. So these are some papers which I have referred to. And I would like to thank my supervisor, Dr. Taposh Kumar Misro of Department of Zoology, Bethune College, and my co-supervisor, Dr. Shomojit Banerjee, Assistant Professor and Head of Department of Zoology for UG and PG Studies of Srirampur College. And finally, I would also like to thank Director and Deputy Director of Alipur Zoological Garden and West Bengal Zoo Authority for providing me the opportunity to carry out this work. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to present my work. Thank you.
Thank you, Yoshita. The floor is open for questions. There is a question, two questions actually
Yes.
in the message.
Yes, sir.
One from Devan Gayan with compliments.
Okay, sir.
He is writing that, are you thinking of extending your work to note the nocturnal behavior in captive environment through CCTVs?
Actually, I am working on the extended part of the work, but I have not received the permission to carry out the work in night. So I am working in the daytime only.
There is another question from Priyankar Chakraborty. Very intriguing study. Is there any particular behavior that is present or absent during visiting hours?
Actually, I have done this work completely in the visiting hours from 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. So visiting hour of zoological garden is from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So I couldn't. I could not tell if there is any behavioral differences if when the visitors are present or when visitors are absent.
Is it okay, Priyanka? Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
have a small query. Uh,
Yes, sir.
you have talking about enrichments. What are your suggestions?
Sir, first one is the provision of live prey frequently. Uh, as I stated, I am extending the work, so I have observed some of the behaviors when live fish are provided, which are not present when live fish are not provided. So I would suggest live fish provision is very important for. Live fish provision is a good enrichment in this case, and also some inclusion enrichments like as there are some hideouts like hollow logs, some solid logs, and some places where they climb or they jump on some places which are I think necessary for them, and I think they can increase the number of these hideouts and the places where they can climb upon and something like that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Any more questions?
Can I have ask one question?
Yes, madam.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, suppose I'm just curious that is there any difference? Must have gone some through literatures that any behavioral difference of the leopards in wild and in captivity, because
uh,
the goal of captive breeding is to finally release them into the world
Yes,
wild, because they are vulnerable. So any kind of information regarding that, because leopards in
ma'am.
the wild will not be sleeping all
Should
the
be
time.
fishing cat, I think. So.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes. In all the
Yeah,
carnivores,
yeah, excuse me, that's sorry.
Fishing cats. Yes,
So
ma'am.
is
In
there any references like that? Any difference?
Yes, ma'am. From the literatures, I have understood that these behaviors, which I am talking about, the inactive behavior, this prolonged inactive behavior, and the stereotypic behavior, which is pacing, is completely absent in the wild. I mean, they sleep in the wild definitely, but the stereotypic behavior, which is pacing, is completely absent in the wild, which is exclusive behavior in the captivity. It is not only found in fishing cat; it is also found in other captive carnivores as well. So that is why we are considering as stereotypic behavior or pacing behavior as an an abnormal behavior.
Okay, okay, okay.
Thank you, Ishita, for nice
Thank you, sir.
presentation and defense.
Thank you, sir.
And as we are right on time, with the permission of the chair, so we will go for the lunch break, and we will again join here at 1:45 p.m. and we will start from Ankita Rao. Okay, so we will meet again at 1:45 after lunch.